Hello, and welcome back to Chatty TV Junkie. I'm your TV junkie, Wendy, and I just finished watching The Golden Bachelor. Today is Tuesday, November 2nd, and I wanted to watch it first before I did this video because then I have to wait till Tuesday to do it. And I'm so happy I did. It was so good, you guys. Once again, this show. Okay, so he had hometown dates, the final three. The reason why this show only gets 3 hometown dates instead of 4, like the regular Bachelor, is because this show is only an hour long. I guess they didn't know how well it would do, so they decided to only make it an hour long and then follow it up by The Bachelor in Paradise, which is a 2-hour show, so they only had time to do 3. So that is why we only have 3 hometowns right now. So his first hometown was with Teresa. She lives in New Jersey, and they had a great time. He met all the grandkids and her daughter, and I at the beginning, I said, I think he's going to end up with someone who is a widow. She is, and closer to his age, which she is. She's 70, he's 72. I don't see the connection. I don't see it. He hasn't said I love you to her. So I don't know how that's going to go. Also, we also have to keep in mind that he's already settled. These women are already settled. How is the logistics going to work out? None of these women live where he lives. Now, he is Midwest. We've got one all the way in New Jersey. Then the next one, which is Faith, she's down in Arkansas, literally rural with horses. She even said to him, I can't leave here. My old horse is buried in the backyard. My boys are here. I don't want to leave my boys. So it was and he's like, well, if it comes down to that, we'll have to work it out. And he is really into her. He said, I love you to her. In front of her family it was kind of weird that he said in front of her family and then they made out in front of her family. So that was a little weird, but it was the girl that he gave the first impression rose to. So there's definitely something there. And, he really does care for her. And then if you remember last week when they had the pier date, what is it? Not Pier 66. It's the Santa Monica Pier. They were in California. One of the dates that he had with Leslie, he said to her, you're my girl. And I remember last week I said, he said, you're my girl. Maybe telling? I don't know. But now I'm thinking one of two things, and I'll tell you in a second. So he meets her family. She introduces her to her brother who took care of her when their father passed away when she was 16 years old. And she calls him a mensch. And she tells Gerry, or I keep calling him Gerry, she tells Gerry that he's a mensch too. And so the other interesting thing that happened during this part, meeting the family, he's talking to the brother. It looked like it was up on a rooftop. By the way, she lives in Minneapolis, so it's closer. I believe he's from Indiana, so that would be closer than the other 2 states. Just putting that out there. So he said to the brother, listen, I need to ask you, if it comes down to it and I decide that I want to be with your sister, would I have your blessing? And her brother said, if it came down to it, and I see I do see the connection between the 2 of you. I think you are a mensch. He goes, I would welcome another mensch into the family. So yes. And so that was the only one that he asked that question to. So, okay, we've got my girl. He's asking the brother basically for her hand in a roundabout way, if things work out. And then this is the part that makes me think that either he's going to pick Leslie or he's going home by himself. That's my 2 predictions. Either he's so overwhelmed, he can't handle it, and he's like, that's it, I'm out. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Or I think he picks Leslie. I could be wrong, but I'll tell you why. When they said goodbye, and he gave her this quote, something about having the when you have the opportunity to say something, you should do it when you feel it. And he said, I have to tell you that I love you. And she said, I love you too. That kiss was the most passionate kiss that I've seen this whole season between the 2 of them. And based on that chemistry, which I never saw with him and Teresa, and asking of the hand and calling her my girl, I have a feeling it's going to be Leslie. And also, I think out of all the 3 states, she is closestly located to him. So it wouldn't be that hard to manage his life, her life, I don't know if they would keep separate houses or how that would work out. You know, it's different when you're younger and you could just pick up and go where you want because you don't have a family yet and you know, you're just starting out in your career. So it's a lot different when, you know, you're younger, like the Bachelor and Bachelorette franchise up until now. So that's what I think. It was really, really good. So what are your thoughts? What do you think? Do you think I'm right? I have not looked ahead. I know Reality Steve always tells us ahead of time what's going on. I have not looked at anything. A lot of the time I'm like, I have to know. But this time I have not done that. This time I'm following along and seeing if I'm right. So that's interesting. So the other thing that I did watch this past week was The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We had a meeting between Erica Jane and Dorit trying to get their relationship back on track. Apparently what happened was Erica was at BravoCon or one of Andy Cohen's, I don't know if it was on TV or if it was on a show like at BravoCon, but she was asked, who do you think the next Bravo couple is to go downhill and get a divorce? And she said Dorit and her husband. Dorit did not like that at all. She was very pissed off about that. So they're trying to get the relationship back on track. And so, you know, that was nice to see. It was okay. I mean, they had Kyle, her daughter turned 15 years old. They had the whole family there. She was kind of gave it away that her husband has a tattoo. His family's is against tattoos. So it was weird that she's like throwing him under the bus. She's acting like a teenager. Like I said last week, when she's like, well, I can have as many tattoos as I want. She's acting like a teenager. She's having a midlife crisis. I don't know how old she is, but she's having a midlife crisis. That's my personal opinion. Anyway, so we'll see what happens. The other thing that was interesting about Beverly Hills is, you know, Dorit has PTSD from the robbery that happened when her husband was away, and she's been working through that and everything. So apparently what happened was she took $10,000 out from the bank and went to go shopping with it and left the purse in her cart. Never, ever, ever do that, people. If you go shopping, wear a crossbody. I always wear a crossbody. Do not leave it because you'll turn around and go, oh, isn't that nice? Someone will swipe it. Well, it turns out that apparently these 3 men were following her. So her PTSD came all back again. So yeah, so that was kind of sad to hear that, you know, that she's just, things are going great, and then she kind of fell backwards because of that. But yeah, don't ever leave your purse in the cart of your shopping cart. Then there's 2 other things that I want to quickly mention before I skedaddle until next week. And that is, we have 2 Bravo people who had some controversy this week. Today, Shannon Beador was sentenced to 3 years of probation by a judge who decided that she did not need to spend 30 days in jail like the prosecutor wanted for her drunk driving issue. Apparently she blew, and it was 2 times over the limit, I believe. So she was extremely lucky. She pleaded no contest. And so she has to do community service. And I'm not sure what else the 3 years entails. I would think they're probably going to send her to some sort of alcohol, I don't know if AA or some sort of classes. I'm sure they're going to make her do that. But anyway, so she got very, very lucky with probation. The other thing that happened was Ramona Singer said some not so nice things to a reporter at Page 6. It was very derogatory, racist remarks. And so she originally was cut for BravoCon, which is this weekend in Las Vegas. So they're like, you're out. BravoCon said, no, you're out. They cut her off all the panels she was supposed to be on. And then this morning, the realty company that she works with fired her. They're like, nope, we don't want your reputation following our company, so you're out. You know, that's the thing. And I don't know why people don't realize this, is that when you're on reality TV, if you do something stupid, you can get fired. It's happened a lot with different people on different shows. So anyway, so those are the 2 pieces of news from the Bravo TV world. So leave your comments below, and any questions you may have. I'm going to skedaddle and edit this and get it up before midnight so you can watch it. Also, if you like Disney, if you like Vlogmas, if you like traveling, go check out my other channel, Wonderful World of Wendy. That's the channel that started it all. This is my offshoot channel. So go check it out. I'll leave the link below. So thank you for tuning into the Chatty TV Junkie. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all those good things, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.